Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is RhapsodyPlays, and this is Shellshock Live. I'm joined by the one and only, the internet celebrity, Rhapsody. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing damned excellently.
I feel like we should, I feel like we are, but we're going for a map without wind to give us a little bit of a warm up.
That indeed we are. I don't have a bouncy ball. I have some bad news for you on that front.
That's good news, surely, for everyone, actually.
Well, it's only good news for you, because I would definitely hit you with that bouncy ball.
That's fair enough.
What the? I've opened myself to the attractors.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. I love weapons that I don't actually have to aim. So, bananas are great, attractoids are great, all that stuff. It's all good.
I'll have to take your word for it. I wouldn't use that as an opening shot, though, because you don't really get much information on how you might follow to hit me.
Oh, come on. What is it with these crits?
You crit me like 2 times with the attractoids, alright?
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's fine. All right. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Oh. Hey, so you messaged me. You messaged me like halfway through the week, and you were like, "Orbital, we need to do word wars in our SSL games."
I did.
And I think I turned around to you and said, "What the heck was word wars? I can't remember what that was." And
all right, I'll take the opportunity to reintroduce the world and yourself to Word Wars. So Word Wars was an idea that we can only use a weapon if we can somehow manage to fit it into a sentence in a semi-natural fashion. Now, of course, they never managed to get in a semi-natural fashion, but it's worth trying.
okay, all right. I will take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
As well you should. Now, if you don't believe me, I can speak a little bolder.
That doesn't make any sense. You said semi-natural, not just like the most out of context conversation ever.
Yeah, no, don't count me out yet, because you have to follow up.
Speaking out of context, Pixel. That's the sort of.
Just a word. That's just a word.
That's what you said,
know what my
right?
favorite Adam Sandler film is? 50 First Dates, actually. I didn't think it was that.
Click.
Click wasn't. Click was bittersweet. There was some catharsis in Click.
Click was scary, dude. That's like, if ever there was a film that's like, you need to like change your life around and make sure that you spend your life wisely. It was like that film. That film scared me, dude. That was scarring.
Yeah. I had to take a bunch into account, otherwise I was not going to be able to continue being a rising star here on YouTube.
Well, what can I say? What can I say? You really have done very, very well the past year. It's I would for sure say that you're giving it your best shot. You really are.
All right. You officially have the first one that isn't garbage.
Oh man.
Oh, that black hole is gonna be rough.
Yeah. Okay.
Here I'm hoping I can just zip on by it.
No way. Oh, come
Skill
on.
shot.
Come on. Oh, dude. Wow. Whew. Yeah, that shot was absolutely fantastic. Honestly, that gave me a real bulger, that one. That was incredible.
That hit me.
Yeah.
Hit me.
There we go. Sorry for the vulgarities there, but had to be done, in the interest of word wars, in the pursuit of poetry, had to be done.
There are younger kids watching this. Why don't you care about them for?
Why don't you care about them for? Why don't... What? That was...
Orbital, that's just a natural question that I want to ask.
Honestly, I'm wondering, why don't you care about them for?
Yeah, you actually me? How?
I don't know.
There's a pillar in front of me.
I don't know. Why don't you care about them for? Oh.
I do care about him. It's just we got these after all. One. Oh no, two.
Oh man.
Most
Oh
damage I could have done.
man. Oh goodness me. That was very funny. That was very funny. I am honestly, you know, in a desert of bad jokes, it's good to occasionally come across something living, you know, something that can give you a little bit of entertainment on your dry days. Cactus.
It's actually not dry days down here. It's actually really, really wet. It's been pouring down all day. I'm not lying to you. This isn't a drill. I'm not a driller.
Okay. Oh goodness me. I mean, you say those days have been pretty damp. But what about when you and 3 friends go outside and you get wet by the rain? Surely after that you're the water trio, right?
Me and 3 friends?
Sorry, you and 2 friends.
Oh, I wasn't correcting you on the basis of water trio versus water quad. I was just saying I've got 2 friends total, so I can only do that.
Okay, all right.
I have a weapon I can't use because we're doing word war. God damn it,
dude! You used M4. Like, I mean, if surely you must be able to use any other weapon.
No, not at all. There are very few weapons I can use. This isn't a drill either. Well.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh, fuck. Ah,
I know.
oh, my bad.
I was a way to say, like, up until this point, we've done really well. We haven't sworn. It was, you know, a proud moment for both of us. But that's when I realized that, you know, it's not always that easy, and you know, you don't always get to hit the piñata. You know, you just can't.
That's true. You can't always hit a pit. This might hit you a bit now.
That's a shame. I deserved better. I don't know about any of these right now. Let's see what we've got on the lower level of this. We don't have anything on the lower level of this. Damn. So I recognize that it's morning for you. Mm-hmm.
Have you had any food yet? You've had some bacon and eggs?
Sorry, was that it? Some bacon and eggs.
If you had my weapons, you would understand.
Ooh, here's something that I was going to ask you about. Do you have you ever do you know what we celebrate on the 5th of November?
I do. Guy Fawkes Day. Gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
That's really interesting, because some of the really interesting things about Guy Fawkes Night is that, of course, we've got fireworks, we've got a bonfire with an effigy on the top of Guy Fawkes, and we also have a whole bunch of sparklers for the kids, you know, to hold and use. There we go.
Hey, that lot. Oh, thank you for the weapon drop.
I know.
Do you know what? Do you know if Guy Fawkes had an escape plan, or if he was more of a kamikaze type?
Okay, that was legit. What?
Yoink! Shellshock trio. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Congratulations. You're gonna have to fit that in a sentence if you want to use it.
Yeah, that's true. You and your friends after taking you and your two friends after taking a lovely stroll outside in the rain, you know, came across a horrific accident actually, and that involved a snail and a car in the middle of the road. And after you saw that incident, you were the Shellshock trio.
I actually, you crit me twice. You're gonna complain about crits. All right. I see how this is going.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Very well.
Thanks.
Just trying to think, actually. Been ordering some clothes recently online, but sizes are different all over the place. So I never know if I'm going to be a medium or a large. So I've ordered a couple mediums, a couple larges, and a spot of XL.
Well, I mean, I don't want to comment on these ghastly rumors that I've been hearing about you lately, but I've heard some pretty bad things, and I'm really concerned that those new clothes are going to be used for nefarious reasons. I really don't want you to turn out to be a flasher, dude. This is really tough, actually. This is.
I swear the weapons are getting harder and harder to actually work around.
I know. Well, it's because as they get higher leveled, right? They have more confusing names, I think. Must be.
So if you didn't have bacon and eggs this morning, oh god, I already apologize for this one. If you didn't have bacon and eggs this morning, did you have like a chorizo and tomato dish typically found in Spain? What's it called? Shockshell. Oh, shakshuka.
Tapas. Shellshock.
No. I meant shakshuka.
I mean, dude, I didn't want to say it at the time, but I mean, after I heard that joke, there was just pure static, man.
Oh!
That was.
Your shot got yoked.
Yeah, that was gonna be the shot, but it was not to be. Man.
I can only move up in the world. In fact, I'm gonna shoot for the stars. Because you know what? If I miss, I'm just gonna hit a satellite.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
One over the nudge, it would have been fine.
No, I appreciate that. It's we gotta keep an eye out for all these satellites, because I think satellites truly are a government conspiracy. And it worries me that people think that, you know, we've got hunks of metal that are flying around in orbit above us, you know. What's the government going to say next? You know, that there are, you know, that there are chemical trails that are left by aircraft, and that there are you know, there are ghost bombs that can do stuff. Honestly, I can't remember why we stopped that. I can't remember why we stopped doing that challenge. Lost on me.
But I do remember why we only ever did it once an episode.
Yeah. Man. Whew.
Oh. Yikeroonies. Well done on the game, by the way.
Well done on the M4. Goodness me, that was that was the pinnacle. That was really incredible. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna bump wind up to low a little bit there, and then give it a crack. Man. So, here's my question. How do you know about Guy Fawkes Night?
Okay. I will give you exactly one guess, and I guarantee you're gonna be correct.
Someone told you about it.
No. Alan Moore's V for Vendetta.
Oh, great film. Really, really good film.
I actually really like the film, yeah. I know that Alan Moore himself did not.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty reasonable.
I think we've even discussed this. I remember discussing this yonks ago. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'll give you a pass on that one. You know.
Thank you. I mean, also outside of that, I was just historically aware of it, but that's the situation under which I learned the.
No, steady on, dude. You don't want.
I was introduced to it in a context where I wanted to learn more about the original plot.
You don't want to flex too much, dude.
I mean, don't I? I want to win this bodybuilder competition. Actually, the thing is, a couple days ago, I was researching whether or not, had the plot gone off, if whether or not House of Lords would have been destroyed, and furthermore, how much else in the area would have been particularly affected. And there was a report that came to the conclusion that 5 blocks around would have received significant structural damage, but they were using TNT in their estimation rather than black powder, which is about twice as powerful in terms of explosive yield. Yeah, I just completely passed my turn there. About twice as powerful in terms of explosive yield, and they justified it by saying that Guy Fawkes was going to be good enough at setting up the explosives as to have a similar effect as an explosive with a high yield. So, you know, that feels like a faulty faulty result from that study, but at the same rate, that's the closest I could get.
Yeah, I read that too, actually. It's funny you should mention that, because it was like, yeah, they were talking about anything, you know, within sort of like 50 meters, I think, that would be like the direct blast zone, to be honest. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about if it actually happened. But
yeah, so it is.
And do you not think it's like I was thinking about it the other day, because of course it just happened. Hashtag dating this episode. But you know, is it not like really strange that we still, like, I don't know, years and years later, we just burn this like effigy of Guy Fawkes? It's like,
you're real mad at him.
No, I'm not real mad at him, right? It's just like,
no, I'm not saying you. You're.
Sorry, mere?
Like it's just like a cultural depth of madness. Like,
it
I
is.
have a genetic memory of hating this person for some reason.
Yeah.
I assume that all of the kids there holding sparklers don't know who Guy Fawkes is, or that Martin Freeman is at the bottom of the bonfire and needs to get out.
Yeah, he's actually at the bottom of every bonfire, ever.
Every single one.
Every single one, yeah.
You're real mad at Guy Fawkes, but geez, spare a thought for Martin Freeman.
Poor Martin Freeman, yeah.
Oh, come on!
Oof, I feel like you were
I was
robbed.
trying to fight it so I could get the 2x damage as well as you, but...
Yeah. Yeah, you were robbed on that one, dude. Oh no, that's over. That's an embarrassment, actually.
It's that one. It's the ASHPD.
What does that stand for?
Aperture Science Handheld Portal Device. The name it is introduced with in Portal 1. I know because I've played that game upwards of a couple dozen times because I used to speedrun.
Yeah, last time we chatted, I mean, last time being like a year and a half, 2 years ago, probably.
Right about.
Oof. Not gonna say it. Comedic effect, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
It's even funnier if you say comedic effect after, you know, you don't say it, you know.
Yeah,
just...
I always like to say comedic effect instead of a punchline.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I'm glad you know how I operate. Yeah, so you were telling me that you were thinking about, you know, properly like speedrunning that game, like recording a thingy on it, a speedrun.
Yeah, I think I actually ended up recording it and then I ditched it, which I've done with so many things over the time. I recorded and ditched a Dark Souls 1 speedrun. I'm planning on just redoing that now that Dark Souls 1 Remastered is out, but you know, that's going to have to wait until I have some slots in the schedule because, good lord, I've got 4 different slots running at the moment, and each of them are about an hour per video. So, banking is a little difficult.
Jeez. That's insane. That's,
it's all in good fun.
Okay. Oh, this is another disaster, this one. Oh.
Waterworks?
Yeah. I can turn them on when necessary.
I've no doubt. All right, let's see how this one goes. Hang in the air for a bit, and... Yeah!
Wow, that was an exceptional shot. That was...
Thanks.
That was really good. Okay, that was not what I intended for that weapon there. Whoops.
I'm not surprised that's not what you intended. If that was what you intended, then we would need to have a discussion about strategy.
Okay. Ooh, if that was the bigger one, you might have had something there.
I gave it a wee bit more welly. I could have gotten the pack as well.
Don't you care about M4 kids too? I still can't believe you said that, honestly.
I honestly don't even think it's the worst one that I did in that series. So.
No, I mean that was a competition that was littered with interesting sentences. Oh.
Oh no.
That's what do you call it? The it's that penetrator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like who actually uses that weapon and is like, I'm happy with the results of it, because it just never.
It has to be like a multi-target weapon.
Yeah.
Like one-on-one, I don't think it could be significantly useful unless you're standing atop one another and fire downwards.
Yeah. Oh. If I can make this work, this would be absolutely sick. Oh yes! Oh, dude! Oh.
I mean, I have bad news. The payload is the part of that actually does the damage, so...
Yeah.
Even with a crit and double damage, it only did 40.
Yeah.
But you got cheated. That was a really, really good shot. Well done.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Pretty happy with how that worked out, honestly.
As well, you ought to be.
I'm not sure that that double damage actually affected the results of the final target.
It should have done. Even the projectiles that don't hit the double damage, as soon as double damage is hit, start gaining the bonus of it. That's why Attractoids is really good when there's double damage on the field.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I don't know, like a crit and double damage, and it did 40 damage. I mean, that feels like daylight robbery in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Spray and pray.
You got me once. Did you get yourself at all?
I don't think so, but I wasn't really watching, I must confess.
I must confess, I do believe. And I?
Now, did we say that silly balls and wacky balls were included in the bouncy ball challenge?
If we did, then I've already screwed up. I have a bouncy ball though. I just need to use it. I only just got restocked.
I think we did. I think we did say that silly balls and bouncy ball. I can't remember though. I mean,
hey, sounds good to me.
Should we declare exclusively that it is now? I mean, okay, fair enough. Well, I
didn't have a silly balls this entire game, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I have wacky balls and bouncy and the other one, silly balls. So.
Oh no!
Oh.
I must survive for a couple of turns now.
Just to spite me? That's so disappointing. Oh. What a weapon, honestly.
Marathon effort right there.
I know. Come on. Come on. Oh! Oh. Oh.
Ah!
4 HP. Really? Really?
Alright, you know what? If I hit this shot, regardless of whether or not it works, I win.
That's not how it works.
No. You will agree when you see what I'm about to do.
Okay. Okay.
Go, gadget sniper! Damn it!
Wow. I
accounted for the curve and I'm still gonna lose.
I feel that's a shame actually, because I think you deserved that one actually. You did deserve it.
Although I should, by all rights, already be dead to the payload. So, you know. 9 of one, half a dozen the other.
Yeah, there we go.
Which is different.
It's like some,
you know, a dozen, 18.
Yeah, some people. Here's the thing: do you say like 6 and half a dozen, or do you say 6 and 2 threes?
6 and half a dozen. Is 6 and 2 threes a thing?
Yeah, 6 and 2 threes is a thing, and it shocked and appalled me that it is a thing, because it just sounds so silly, right? 6 and 2 threes.
Well, it should. It's wild, and frankly, I judge anyone who decides to use it.
Absolutely. Anyway, on that judgmental note, ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Shellshock Live. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. His name's been Rhapsody. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Adios.